My family hate the man I love. What do I do? My partner and I have been together for 5 years now. We have broken up twice in that time, all due to my family and the way they strained our relationship and his mental health. He's been dropping hints that he's going to propose to me soon, like asking what kind of gemstones I like, my ring size, saying that the next big purchase he makes will be the biggest investment in his life, but I'm worth it, etc. I know for sure that he's my person and I want to be with him forever. I just don't know what to do about my family. I met my love when we were 20. Even casting my mind back to then makes me so emotional. All my life, I felt like an outcast in my own family. I felt like I had to work to get their approval on everything. When I was younger, I even lied about getting awards, just so that I'd hear them say something nice to me and tell people about me in a good way, instead of the usual X dropped the good plates, she's so clumsy, or wow, I wish X was as good at sports as your daughter. X is just useless, haha. I'm sure you can imagine what that does to someone when they hear that every day from the time they're 4 years old till they're 25. They felt entitled to everything I earned and every choice I made. Having solid friends got me through that. However, when I met my partner, he made me feel really loved and seen. Everything that I thought was wrong with me, he adored. He loved to ask me questions about myself. He made me feel beautiful, which meant a lot since I felt like an ugly duckling compared to my friends and family. For the first time, I felt like a person, not just a role. My family were not happy when I first told them I was seeing him. There was no reason for that. They just didn't like that I was dating and that some of my time was going to him. Even though I expressed that he made me happy, they expressed me being in a relationship made them unhappy. At that time, I was incredibly fearful of them because my whole life they told me that respect and fear go hand in hand. Over time, I have gotten over this and have been learning to stand on my own 2 feet. When we broke up, instead of recognizing it was their meddling that screwed things up and messed with his mental health, they saw him as the one that hurt me and that they were right about him being a terrible person. Alas, my partner and I have worked through our obstacles and have really built that solid teammate structure between us. We've both come to the understanding that our love is forever as cheesy as it sounds, and we want to settle down together and start a family. I want to live with him now. I want to marry him, and I want to start life with him. I want us to come home to each other every day and relax with a wine and TV show. I want to pay bills with him, do laundry with him, and go on long and winding walks with him. To me, he's my person forever. Sorry for the cheesiness. Ah ha ha. Small bump in the road is that for financial reasons. He's just graduated and is now studying to become a doctor. He's still living with his family, and I'm still living with mine as I'm still studying too. My elderly and sick grandmother is living with us too. I'd hate to think of the strain of my choices to her. My mother is a single mom. I have 5 younger siblings, and my mom's siblings have been incredibly judgmental and cold towards me this past year regarding my relationship. I'm welcome at my partner's house with his family, but he is not welcome here with mine. It deeply upsets me that no matter how much I speak about this with them, they don't budge and would rather remind me of the times we broke up instead of recognizing their hostility was largely to blame. I don't want to hurt my family because obviously I love them, but I want to be happy with him. I don't want to be seen in the same light as my dad who abandoned us. I know they will be really mad at me, and I can live with that, but I worry this will mean I will have to cut them out of my life if they cannot be accepting. It makes me incredibly anxious because my family and I have been through so much together, but I feel like my mother and her siblings feel entitled to everything in my life, especially my decisions since they raised me. I'm in my mid-20s now, yet I still feel as controlled as I was when I was 16. I feel so much guilt because I'm happy with my partner and it makes my family mad. I can't understand why that is, but when I think about my future, I see him. I choose him. I can't understand why my family can't accept that. It's the natural progression of life. I guess I want to ask you what I should do about all of this. How do I move past the guilt and fear? How do I set that boundary? What do I do?